So now that you can sign in the user and we're getting back the token, we need a way to verify if this token is valid, if it's not expired. And then we need to save the user into the request so we can use that in our application. So let's create a middleware that's going to do that for us. Here in the middleware, I'm going to delete this logger we created before. And first I'm going to import two things because we're going to be using this JWT library. So we need to import the config and the JSON web token library. Here the config, it's not in that path anymore. It's in the same level as the middleware. So this middleware is going to validate our access token. You can call it whatever you like. I'm going to call it authorization. And it gets request, response, and the next. So here is what you're going to do. We're going to first get the request, the token from here, from the headers. So let's create a variable to hold it, and it's going to be equal the request header, and then you need to pass the name of the token, access token. Alright, now we need to check if there is an actual token in case the user is not signing or his token is invalid. So here, if it's not a if there is no token, we can send it back a status of 403, 401, which is I think is denied or not authorized, something like that. So you must sign in first. Right. With that done, we can now create a try catch and do the decoding, the verification of the token. So try catch. Here, if it's the token is not correct, we're going to return 400. So here we're going to verify the token, and we're looking for this information in here, which we added to our token. So we need the secret and the token, which are getting from here. So I'm going to create a variable to store the user info, which you're going to be getting. So JWT verify. So you can see if you press dot, you have a few. We use the sign to get the token itself, to create the token, and now we need to verify, which is gonna do the opposite. And here we pass the token and also the secret key, so the library can decode it. Secret.secrets.jwt secret. Okay, now we need to add this user info to the request user, so we have access to the user inside the request, just like that. And if all is done correctly, we should be able to do the next, and it will work. And that's it. So let's try it out inside in one of our routes. Here in the user's controllers, we created a dashboard for the user. So let's uncomment this. Now that you can have access to the user, as we are setting up the user over here, we're going to be able to access it over here. So now we don't need this anymore. We can just pass the user. Now let's create the route, and we are good to go. So this dashboard route, you can add anywhere you like. Here on the users, if you add it in here, it's going to have /user/me. I would rather put in the route in the root router, So we can just have your app/me. That is a simpler route. So here I'm gonna call router.get, which is a get request on the me. And then first we call the authorization, and then we can, if it's authorized, we can call the dashboard. So from left to right, you authorize first, and then you do whatever else. So let's sign in again, get a new fresh token over here. Just be careful when you're in your terminal. I'm just gonna do this again because when you copy from the terminal, it's not so nice. So there we go. It's gonna add some spaces in there, so it might go wrong when you're doing that. So let's do a HTTP request to the /me, and here we need to pass the access token. And that, press enter. There we go, we get our user back. So here on the me, on this authorization middleware, we are asking for the token, and that's it to access it. This we're passing over here. So if there is no token, if you just do a HTTP call to the /me, we get that you must sign in first. And if there is a token, we get the user information. We set it as a request.user.